So as you can see from the title of this video, it's going to be disturbing to some of you guys. It's a sensitive topic, but I feel like it's important. And it's something that we should be comfortable to talk about, and it shouldn't be this thing that we keep sweeping under the rug or pretending like it doesn't happen, because it does. And the people who are kept silent in the shadows, and the people who decide not to speak out because they are afraid and they are scared of what other people are going to say, we need to stop that. It's time that we speak out, and it's time that we validate these people and their feelings and their emotions, because this is important. And this happens more than you think. And there are so many people on this planet that this has happened to, but don't speak out, just because of the fear that it's going to cause more drama, or it's going to make people feel uncomfortable, or it's going to separate families. Every year, me and my family went on summer vacays. Usually we went camping up in Hemet, if any of you know where that is. At the time I was 13, and I absolutely love camping. I love being outdoors. I love being away from the city. I just love it. It's a feeling that you only get when you're in nature. And we decided to bring along my father's godson, and I won't disclose his name. I'll just call him A. So A came along. I've always considered him as a cousin. He was always very close to my family, very close to all of my siblings and I, and all of my cousins. You know, he was very much involved. So we decided to go on this camping trip, and it was amazing. But that Wednesday night, you know, it's a memory that I can replay in my head so vividly, because it does not go away. Because I've relived it so many times. That Wednesday night, I was sexually molested by him. I was only 13 and he was 17. And I remember it so vividly. I remember it just started out with tapping on my knee that I didn't think much of. And it was super late at night, and we were knocking out, and I was on the verge of knocking out, and I was about to fall asleep, and when I was being touched inappropriately. And I remember in that instant being so terrified. I was so scared, I was sad, I was shocked, I was paralyzed. That's the only way I can describe that feeling, is that I was so paralyzed in fear that I could not move. I could not speak. I could not make any sudden movements. I just laid there and acted like nothing happened. And I remember laying there crying. I just cried and cried and cried. And to keep in mind that my whole family was sleeping in that tent. You know, this happened in a tent. We were all there. And I just laid there crying because I didn't know what to do. I didn't tell anybody for about 4 months. I spoke out in December. It was just a whirlwind of emotions and events. Some of the family found out. I was questioned by police all the way through my freshman year of high school. It was insane, and it was a lot to handle, and I was too afraid to press charges because they told me that there's not much I could do, because when I told him to stop, he stopped. And that's something that always stuck with me, and that hurt a lot, because there was no consent to begin with. And I feel like that's so important to talk about also, is consent. If I did not say yes, then it's a no. And it's as simple as that. And something that always kind of, you know, broke my heart a little bit is that people that I looked to for guidance and my family swept it under the rug a lot. You know, there's still family who, they hang out with him constantly. They post about him. I see him on my Facebook, you know, and it hurts because a lot of them don't validate what has happened. A lot of them think that it's okay because I'm gay now. And that does not make it okay. Is that being molested at 13 isn't okay because I'm gay now. That does not make sense. Those two have no correlation to each other. Let me tell you, it is a journey to be able to speak publicly about what has happened, about being molested, assaulted, raped. It is hard. And when somebody builds up enough courage to talk about it, listen. And if you are dealing with a situation like this and you don't know what to do, first of all, look for guidance. Talk to somebody, talk to a guardian, a person of a higher standard than you, and get some help. Remember that you are important and that you are loved and that your body is a beautiful temple and that you did not deserve this. This is in no way your fault, and it will never be your fault, no matter what anybody says. Third of all, slowly but surely build up your self-esteem. Love yourself a lot. Talk to yourself, give yourself some confidence, and take time to heal. There is no rush at all. Take as much time as you need. Weeks, months, years. Just take your time. And lastly, when you're ready to take that step, validate yourself. Don't let it eat you up inside any longer. Don't let it fester within you. Grow from it. Own it. Overpower the depression. Overpower how much it pushed you down. Overpower it. And if you want to, speak publicly about it. Share your story so that other people can learn and other people can find help. Because you sharing your story alone makes a huge impact. And you will be heard, and people will be able to connect with you, and you will make a difference.